Before we start this, I can't help myself. We got to keep the viewers engaged, and look at how beautiful that woman is. My God, wouldn't it be great to have her as president? My God, she is gorgeous. So next, we're going to talk about the training, what Billy was involved with this respect to law enforcement, and then we're going to talk about the formation of a school that I've attended, which is an excellent school for submission wrestlers and mixed martial artists. It's a school called Husky Submission School, and it's out of Asheville, North Carolina. So about the police officer training.
Okay, well, I was assigned to the Memphis Police Training Academy back in early 70s, 72, 73, and I was assigned out there training Memphis police officers. And I was with the Shelby County Sheriff's Department, and I was in conjunction with Lieutenant Jim Bullard, who was the police instructor. And that's how I got into law enforcement. Well, I mean, that was my training, was training police officers in actually mechanics and techniques and controls of arrest, we call it, you know. I didn't teach what they call today, they call it defensive tactics, but
DT. Yeah.
I didn't like the term, you know, because as a police officer you can only defend yourself so long, and then you have to be offensive, and wasn't politically correct back then to use the terminology of teaching of offensive training. So I taught mechanics and techniques and controls of arrest. That was the terminology of the courses that we were taught.
Right now, how did the Husky, and I don't actually know this myself, how did the Husky Submission School, how was it formed?
Well, I had been dormant for 25 years. I hadn't wrestled. I'd given all of my wrestling pictures and all of my stuff away, and I got a phone call from a fellow named Johnny Husky. He said he found me on the internet. Of course, I never had a computer. This was 11 years ago now, and I was working at the Waynesville Recreation Center, and I invited him over. He had a school over in Asheville, North Carolina, and he came to the Waynesville Recreation Center where I was working, introduced himself, invited me over to his class, and I went over to Asheville and started showing him some things. And this is one of our first photographs. I'll give this to you.
Oh, of the school? This was back before I knew about the school, I imagine.
And
yeah. Oh yeah, I could tell it's from a while ago.
That's long?
Yeah.
A while ago.
What year was this taken?
Oh, I don't know. 2001.
Well, I can say that having trained at the Husky Submission School, it's an excellent school that anyone living in the North or South even Carolina area should look into training at. And also they have a number of local MMA champions with the State Line MMA organization. So next we're going to talk about one of the famous boxer versus wrestler matches, but I'll show that up to the people. It's the very first picture of the school with the students. I don't know how many of them are still affiliated because it's some years ago, but it's a great picture of the school. Let's see here. That was under 10.